Hello, happy 1st of December. Oh my goodness, how did that happen? I hope you are happy and well. Now today, you've joined me for a live makeup tutorial. Yeah, I'm sitting here ready to get some slap on. We're going to be joined by the amazing makeup artist and brand founder, Rupert Kingston of Delilah Cosmetics. Yes, we love Rupert, one of our favourite guests. He is going to be showing me, and I'm going to be doing, a smoky eye, a festive face. It's going to be so much fun and I'm so looking forward to it. I can't actually wait to get some makeup on. Anyway, thank you so much for all your hearts and waves already. Lovely to see you all. Drop me a heart if you are a fan of Delilah, of Rupert. If you like these makeup tutorials, let me know, pop a comment. We'll answer lots of questions. It's going to be really fun. So let's get our friends on Facebook going and then we'll be able to crack straight on. Hopefully this will all connect. Hello Facebook, hello everybody on YouTube watching on catch up. Just saying to our friends here on Instagram that today, 1st of December, whoop, who is looking forward to Christmas and parties and all of that? I certainly am. And as part of that, obviously dollying up a bit, getting a bit more festive, we're going to be doing a live makeup tutorial with one of our favourite makeup brand founders, Rupert Kingston of Delilah Cosmetics. We haven't chatted for a while, so I'm so looking forward to this. Not the least because I'm looking forward to doing my face and he's going to be talking me through some of the tricks of the trade, the techniques to do a smoky eye and just to get kind of all party prepped. So it's going to be really good. Of course, we do have a Liz Loves discount. They are very generous at Delilah. So we've got 20% off if you use your Liz Loves code. If you fancy anything that we talk about, then just head over to delilahcosmetics.com. So I am going to, first of all, see if I can add Lainey onto here. So let me just see if you are on on Instagram. Sorry, I had a very, very late night last night. In fact, it wasn't so much a late night as an early morning if you saw on my stories. So I'm in dire need of a bit of extra makeup help. And let us see now if we can get Rupert. Yes, make sure my volume is all turned up because we're going to want to hear every wise word that this genius man has to say.
Hello.
Hello. So nice to see you again.
You too. Thank you so much for having. I'm just turning you up so I can hear you.
Oh, good. Yeah, turn me up, please. I'm a bit nervous because I'm sitting here. I've put some primer on my face.
You look amazing, Liz. Honestly, I watched the intro and I thought she looks amazing already, which always makes me nervous when we're doing makeovers. So if you can go and get the ugly stick, please, and give yourself a bash with it before we start.
Bless your heart. Thank you. Well, do you know, I have to say, and this is testament genuinely to your products, because I probably got to bed last night at about 3 in the morning.
Oh.
Not a good idea. I do not recommend it. And I was up at 7 and I did actually go out and do some exercise.
Bravo.
I know, there's my little halo up here. And you know, I looked at my face in the mirror. I thought, "Oh my goodness!" And today's a makeup day with Rupert. So what I did was, I don't normally do this, but I do love it. It's your makeup primer.
Well, thank you. Our primer, our best-selling product, in fact, Liz.
Is it really? Do you know, that's interesting because you know, maybe I'm just of that generation where I didn't really use primers. My girls use primers all the time, but this,
you're exactly right.
You know, it's kind of like a secret weapon for the skin because
I totally agree. Yeah. So it's, like as makeup artists, you know, as professional makeup artists, we spend, you know, if you're going to do a professional shoot, and you know because you've done a few, you will spend a little bit of time preparing the model's face first, so the makeup will go on better and last longer. Primer is the shortcut to that, right? You know, instead of having to do all this massage and all the work with the skin we normally do when we're doing like a shoot, if you need that instant boost to your skin that feels super smooth so that the makeup glides on, looks better and lasts longer, primer is your shortcut to that.
You know, I am so pleased to have been reminded of it because this little beauty is definitely going to be saving me as we head into crazy season, work, family, stress, festivities. late nights, probably all of that. And it kind of just blurs everything. So
Exactly.
it just, everything, you just look as if you've got a filter on your face.
Exactly
It's really
that.
good.
So if you wear foundation, brilliant. It takes about 15 seconds to absorb into the skin. So it's not an extra step to your skincare routine. You've got to think about it as part of your makeup routine. Okay. So you do your skincare routine as normal and just allow the skincare to absorb in. And just before you start your makeup routine, one to two pumps, just all over the face, and even
all over. That's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah. And it'll take 15 seconds to absorb, and as soon as it's absorbed in, you'll get that slit, you know, that super silky feeling.
Lovely. Let me just show you again on here.
And then you're ready. And then you're ready to put your makeup on. Yeah.
So it's completely colourless. One size suits all. You don't need to worry about skin tone. It's for everybody, every age.
Absolutely. If you wear foundation, great. If you don't wear foundation, give it a go, because as you say, you get that instant filter. Even if you wear like a mineral foundation, a powder, whatever that looks like, we always start with primer. We never go out without our underwear on, Liz.
It's our underwear. You would never leave home without your underwear. We don't want to go under on our faces. No, quite right. Okay, so then what I did was I used your amazing Perfect Cover Fluid Foundation. And, you know, I have to say, because, you know, as you said, I do a lot of professional shoots and I work with a lot of makeup artists, and they tend to use really, really expensive foundations, you know, from top French brands, which I've then been tempted to go and buy because I do like the effect, but they're wickedly expensive. Yeah. But they are very good. But this is as good, if not better, because I've just got some of your foundation on here. I have no concealer. I never not use concealer. I always put a bit of concealer under my eyes, even if I don't wear foundation. A little bit here, I've got a few little kind of marks. This has just covered it all up, and you know, I don't think I look too. You know, I was
a bit nervous about sending you this, to be honest, because we've not talked about it before, and often, and your lovely community. And by the way, thank you to your lovely community who have been talking with us and leave comments for us. Thank you to all of you. And we normally talk about time frame. This one is Alibi. Now you can see it's packed with pigment. It is a completely different foundation. Yeah,
I'm never going to use any other foundation. It's just genius. Okay. Genius. So, this is the first time I've used it on my skin. Love it. The coverage is amazing. Yeah. My skin doesn't look heavy or made up. My skin's quite dry, so I find that sometimes, you know, foundations can make my skin look a bit patchy, but this is super smooth. Okay, so
let me just bracket this with a couple of things, because you know, we've known your community for a while and we know what they love from Delilah, and we love them, but we need to be clear about a couple of things. Alibi is a fuller coverage foundation, right? So I think it is great for the winter season when our skin is a little bit lighter, a little bit more translucent, so the redness in our skin tends to show a little bit more. The hyperpigmentation can show a little bit more because the skin is a little bit fairer. So a fuller coverage is great. I'm gonna give a couple of warnings. The first one is use less than you think, and you'll know this because you've just had a go with it. I mean,
I've just put one pump on my hand. It's like, oh, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, you'll need to do about 1/4 of a pump. You know, you're not like our Time Fan Foundation. Exactly that, like a
little dot. That's going to last me for.
And I would start there. And what I would do, Liz, is I would just do the dots. I always say do the clock face: 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Dot that on, and then buff it with your brush. It's going to go on.
Foundation brush is just. This is the foundation brush. This is exactly what I did.
Buff it all on. Yeah, I thought your skin was looking great. This is why I said. I thought you were looking good.
Yeah, but it's the Alibi foundation. So that's just a little bit there. I mean, just see the coverage of that.
The coverage is amazing. Now, it has a luminous finish to it, but I will say this, and you know me, Liz, I'm quite honest, because I don't want people to buy the wrong things. Yeah. If you are drier skinned, all I would say with these types of foundation, whether you go for Delilah or another full coverage foundation, I would double moisturize. So if you are wearing your fuller coverage foundation, put a little bit more moisturizer on than you would usually use. And that's, I mean, Alibi is amazing, but whatever full coverage foundation you wear, a touch more moisturizer works a little bit better with fuller coverage foundations. Make sure you prime really well. And which color did you use in the end? Did you use Bloom? Can you remember?
I actually kind of, I used this one. So yeah, Bloom, exactly. Bloom.
I thought so. So you're usually Shell in our Time Frame foundation, and if you are Shell and again, any of your community who's watching, if your shell, then the color to go for is bloom. If your skin tone is similar to Liz's, then bloom is a great color. If you're a little bit more olive or a little bit warmer, then bamboo would be a good color to go to. If you're a little bit lighter, then pillow would be a good. But there's a great guide on the website as well, and you can find them that way. But I'm so glad you tried it, and I'm so glad that you liked it.
Oh, I mean, seriously, game changers. Love these.
Well,
and then the other thing, I've just done a tiny bit of this, is this, which I think is possibly one of your newest.
Yeah. I thought I'd send you some new things. There's so many things that we've done. There are some products that we haven't tried. You've done a really. You don't need me, Liz. I don't know why I'm on here. You look amazing. You've done your makeup already.
I so do need you. But look, I'm loving this. This is a little tint, a liquid tint.
A liquid blush.
A liquid blush. And honestly, it just gives you that amazing bloom. You just think, oh, I've just stepped out and had some fresh air and I've got that rosy glow.
That's exactly what we wanted to create. So for a long time we've had powder blushes, and we really wanted to create something that just matched that Delilah glow, that sort of that luminosity, and yet a tiny little bit onto the cheeks. And what I would say is, we talk about doing this during the wet phase of your makeup. So before you've powdered your makeup, right? So as your foundation goes on and is sort of setting onto the skin, you can go in with the blusher, which you've very expertly done there, and just it's very easy to just find the cheekbone and it blends seamlessly with the foundation. The color I've sent you is Peony, which is our best-selling color. It's pink enough to look fresh.
So pretty.
But warm enough to go on most skin tones. The color is Peony. So I've just had a question from Joy. Joy saying, if she's pebble in time frame, would it be bamboo in Alibi? Yeah, absolutely. She would be bamboo in Alibi.
Great.
So that's lovely. Can I give you a little tip there while you're blushing, Liz? A little on the tip of your nose. Just
tip of my nose?
Just a tiny little bit, just on the tip. Little bit of a modern makeup technique, but just when you're wearing a fuller coverage foundation like the one that you're wearing, we tend to get this sort of blanket coverage, right?
Sure.
When you have been outside, you were just talking about kind of fresh cheeks and you've just come in from the outdoors. Our cheeks bloom, but you can get a little bloom across the nose as well.
You do.
And it can look very healthy. Actually, it's a very old-fashioned makeup technique. Back when I trained to do makeup in the late 80s, we used to do a little on the nose and a little on the chin. Don't do any on the chin. I wouldn't do any on the chin. It looks like you've been kissing someone with stubble. Do some.
That's a fine thing.
Not always a bad thing. Not always a bad thing. But a tiny little bit onto the tip of the nose, blended in, actually just brings everything together. Even if you're using your powder blusher, not too much. I know it's festive. We don't want Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which I know is festive. But just a tiny little onto the tip of the nose and just blend it in. Yeah, and that looks great. Your skin looks amazing. Look at that. That's fantastic.
Oh. Thanks to you.
A pleasure.
On zero sleep. It's probably quite good, actually. It's a very good test.
Right.
You know, to actually not be looking great when you wake up and then see the difference.
Right. You know, I just want to touch, so with Alibi, I'm so thrilled that you used it and enjoyed it. Just because you and I have always got on so well with our time frame foundation. You are right. The other great thing about a fuller coverage foundation is no concealer. Right, so that concealer step that you'll usually do, where we do some foundation and then touch up.
I always use concealer here. Always.
Yeah. Just it will go. It will go. Like I said, guys, if you want to buy this and you want to try it, less is more. Please, 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 just try a small amount, buff it on, and it will look gorgeous and glowing like this.
And such good value. So, moving on, I've got my face.
Amazing.
We're going to talk about eyes.
Okay, so
this is exciting.
I'm a big lover of the smooth shadow sticks. We used to sell them in a collection, but now we sell them individually. So guys, you can go onto the website. Liz Loves code will work with these as individual items. You can go and purchase them. I've got 2 colors. We're going to start with a color called Hot Chocolate, which is this matte brown color.
Hot chocolate. Okay, got it here.
Yeah. So the darker one. So what you should have is a nice point like that. And if you use these and you haven't got a nice point, or it gets worn down, pull the little sharpener out of the end and give it a little sharpen. Yeah, pop that out and you can give
There's a sharpener on the end.
Give it a little
shape and cute.
Yeah, because they end up a bit flat, and then you can't
Yeah.
get the precision with them anymore.
Isn't that so neat? And you're not going to lose it.
No, because
It just
it'll be
tucks in
tucked in
there.
there. Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Okay, so you need a nice sharp point, and you can
Okay.
use either an eyeshadow brush or you can use your finger, whichever is easiest. But what we're going to do, Liz, is we're going to draw along the lash line. All right, and I always say, look down into the mirror.
Look down. I've got my mirror literally just here.
Raise your brows up, and we're going to, and you don't need to make this neat. You're going to always start at the outside edge, and you're going to draw along the lash line. And as you draw, you're going to now and again just blend with your finger and blend up. Good. If you can, Liz, go from the outside in.
From
go
here?
the other way. Yeah, go outside in. So blend inwards that way.
Ah.
Yeah, go in much better. Much
I don't
better.
normally do that.
No, I know. Most people start to go.
I always start this way and go out.
You end up with too much of the dark colour.
Too much right here, whereas you...
Too much dark. When you're starting with dark colours, start on the outside corner, run that along the lash line, and every now and again, with your ring finger, give that a little blend.
Yeah.
Good, good.
It's a lovely colour.
Yeah, glides on really nicely. And this is matte. And as we all know, matte can be very, very flattering. If you're concerned about having textured skin around the eyelid area or fine lines around the eyes, a matte color works so much nicer. So yeah, doing exactly what you're doing is just thickening that line up. So what we want to do is thicken that line up, make it a little thicker, and then blend. We're almost blending sort of upwards and outwards, exactly that. And the way to make the eye smokier, Liz, is to build the color up in this outside corner. So once you've done here, make a little C shape up into your socket, just a little one, up into your socket line, draw up, and then again, ring finger and blend inwards. Look out. There we go. Inwards.
Oh yeah, smudging it in.
Smudging
so
it
it's
in.
darker on the outside, and then
then smudge it inwards. The mistake that people make is by pulling this way.
Yeah, going that way.
But you end up pulling it down. So you end up with this kind of downturned look to the eye. By pushing it inwards like you've done, and just a little correction with the finger to give a little lift.
Yeah.
That looks great. That looks great. Perfect. Great. Yeah, well done.
Okay.
So the other eye.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do that, I'll explain. You'll get braver and braver as you do this. So you can start with this like a smudgy liner. Do that little C shape in the corner like I talked about. Use your finger. And then every now and again, just check. Look straight in the mirror. Do you want to go darker? Are you fine where you are? You know, we are going to add another colour at the minute, but this is the quickest, easiest way to do a smoky eye. And smoky eyes aren't perfect. You know, they look smudgy. They look very soft. And it never looks right until you put the eyeliner on. So don't give up halfway through. I mean, so many women who say, oh, I tried a smoky eye the other day and it just wasn't working. So I stopped and cleaned it all off. I would say persist, get your mascara on at the end and you'll find the whole thing will come together. The Devon creator has asked, do you need a base to stop it creasing? So the answer to that is no. These are really long wearing cream eyeshadows. They're super creamy. They go on very, very smoothly and they will really stay in place. And again, that's what I love about them. A lot of what the makeup that we're doing today is going to be nice and long wearing. So it's going to be perfect to go out in the evening.
Excellent.
Even if you come in at 3 o'clock in the morning, your makeup will still, and who would do that, right? Your makeup will still be looking absolutely perfect. Okay, Liz, that's great. That's gone on really easily. Okay, lovely. So the next tip is this. We're going to run a little bit underneath the lashes. So using the tip, and again, outside inwards, all right? I would say this, and you're quite good at this, Liz, but let me just say to the guys who are watching, if you're concerned that you've got a smaller eye, you're only really going to go about 3/4 of the way across. Okay. Don't go all the way across. Right. So you can run it to about 3/4 of the way, right? Which is normally where the lower lashes start to thin out a little bit. I know it looks like I'm putting it on. I'm not putting it. If it were Friday, I'd be doing my makeup as well with Liz, but it's not. Where are we? Thursday. maybe I'll do a smoky eye as well. Break the internet. And then again, Liz, just using your ring finger now and again to give that a little blend. Exactly. Very good. Okay. Very good.
Outside in. Got it.
So the scary thing about using dark eyeshadows is, oh, that looks great. The scary thing about using dark eyeshadows when we're using powders is we get that fallout. Do you know
it
what I
all
mean?
drops down here, and then you
It'll
end
drop.
up with kind of like, you know, dark
Exactly.
shadows under your eyes. Awful.
So
This doesn't drop at all.
It doesn't drop at all. It blends really nicely. You haven't
Yeah.
even used a makeup brush. I mean, you could, if you like using a makeup brush instead of using your finger, you could just use a brush. But I like the idea that you can just use a finger here and just blend all that together. Yeah, and look at that. So that's one color, and we could stop it.
That's just one pencil.
One color.
That's just one.
It's a chocolate brown color, which is going to work on all skin tones. It's a great color for everybody, and everybody needs a good matte brown in their makeup bag. Everybody. I know people talk about them being a bit boring, but everybody needs a really matte brown. Look at that. That looks great. All right. So let's
not even finished.
So let's do the next step. Now, this may not be for everybody, but it's nice to add a little bit of shimmer and a little sparkle. So the other color is called Pink Champagne. And just have a little go on the back of your hand there, Liz, so that you can see. It's quite a sort of taupey tone with a kind of light reflective quality to it. Yeah, nice. Yeah, great. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good swatch.
Like a rose gold almost.
Yes, exactly. It's kind of bronzy, taupey. Okay, so if you want to dress this up a little bit, and we are talking about makeup for the party season, what we're going to do now is we're going to scribble a little bit in the middle of the eyelid here. Just a little into the middle of the lid, and then blend that with a finger on the sort of high part of the lid. While you're doing that, I'm going to talk about hooded eyes, because it's what I get asked about all the time. First off, I don't like to call them hooded eyes. I prefer the idea of calling them hidden lids, because that's the reality of it, right? You look in the mirror and you can't see your eyelids. But I would say this, just because you can't see your eyelids doesn't mean everybody else can't. They can. As you move your face around and as you blink and open and close your eyes, people can see your makeup. So it's nice to put something a little light reflective just into the middle of the lid.
Yes.
And then as you're opening and closing your eyes, it's just catching light a little bit, you know, so don't worry too much about thinking, oh, wow, I'm looking in the mirror.
That's making such a difference.
Yeah, yeah. Look at that. And what we do is just bring some light. So if you think like the smoky eye is looking a little bit too dark or a bit too smoky, pop a little of this pink champagne into the middle of the eye and give it a little blend, and blend it just with your finger. Look at that. No makeup brushes. Now I'm going to be controversial, because I like to be controversial. People like to take these highlight colors and put them on their brow bone.
Yeah, put them up here.
Please don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stop doing it. Yeah. Stop doing it. And I'll tell you why. You know, I think as we get older, that area starts to become a little bit more prominent, right? It starts to cover the eyelid, and this area becomes quite prominent, right? But we're in this habit of highlighting this area, right? Because what we read, that's what we hear about. Take a lighter color there. But what you're doing is really making that part of the eye very prominent, and actually making the eye look more hooded. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make
sense. We're kind of highlighting that area, like that hangs over the lid. Stop highlighting that area, especially when you're doing a smoky eye. Keep that part of the eye free of makeup if you can.
Completely free.
Completely free of makeup. I mean, if you need to put some concealer, if you normally put some concealer on there or a touch of foundation, fine. Don't put any eyeshadow up there. A modern smoky eye is more about having that darker color close to the lash line, just if you don't, and blend it out. I just think it looks fresher, it looks more modern, it looks more wearable, and leave this kind of idea of highlighting the brow bone. Okay. Leave it where it belongs.
These are genius. I love these. Just to recap, so hot chocolate was the dark.
Hot chocolate's the dark. That's the party
pink champagne in the middle.
And then pink champagne. Very wearable, very easy, and I would say super long wearing as well. If you're the type of person who, when you're wearing your makeup, you pop to the loo and you have a look and you think, oh, my makeup's halfway down my face. And I meet so many women who have that situation with their eye makeup. These smooth shadow sticks will go on and they will last all night. I will take a picture tonight. An early night tonight, please. You can see. An early night tonight. An early night. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so and how are we going to finish the eye? Okay, fine. So again, this step may not be for everybody, but I want to show a proper smoky eye. Have you got a brown liner? You should have a pencil there. Okay, so this is a brown liner. This whole look I wanted to do was a sort of chocolate smoky eye, right? A chocolate warm smoky eye. So what we're going to do, Liz, is this. We're going to do a bit of tight lining, all right? because and tight lining is literally where we run the pencil onto the lower lid of the eye there. So just pop the waterline open and just run backwards and forwards. Now, again, while you're doing that, I'll explain. Traditionally, people will say, if you're tight lining the eye, it makes the eye look smaller. You know, don't run makeup inside the inside of the eye or make your eye look smaller. But if you're doing a smoky eye and you've added more color to the outside of the eye, it actually doesn't do that. What it does is makes the whites of the eye look whiter and makes the whole look a little, yeah, look at that, like a little bit more dramatic. And I think it's fun to experiment with this idea with a dark brown color. So you look quite good at doing that. But those who haven't done it, pop underneath, backwards and forwards along the waterline, and then have a little blink. And as you blink, what will happen is it will transfer up to the top waterline here. I mean, if you're good enough, you can actually pick up and pencil underneath there.
I actually quite like doing that.
Yeah, that works really well. But if you're nervous about doing that, run some underneath, blink your eyes hard together, and it will actually transfer.
Got you.
Up.
Oh,
now,
yeah,
again, we've got a waterproof pencil here. So once this will go on, it will not travel south. And I wouldn't advise doing tight lining with a pencil that's not waterproof, because it will travel into the tear duct and then can shift down into the eye. You need something that's soft, creamy, glides on easily, and then sets waterproof. Joanna is asking, what is this stick called? So this is our eye line. It's our eyeliner pencil, and the colour we're using is Twig, which is a dark chocolate brown. And
again, you've got the little sharpener in the end hidden.
Yeah, well spotted. Absolutely. If James Bond did eyeliners, this is the one he's carrying.
This is a Q invention. And then mascara, do I pop that on next?
Well, I just want to stop and appreciate how smoky and great your eyes are looking already. Look at that. That looks great, right? Quick, easy. No, we're just using creamy formulations that work really nicely. And then what I would do is, what tends to happen when you do a smoky eye is your lashes disappear a bit because we're a bit darker kind of around the edge of the eyes. So I would always go with black mascara. Yeah, I would always go with black mascara, and I would go with a nice volumizing mascara. And this is our intense mascara. Of our two mascaras, this adds volume. And if you watch me before, I normally say small brush equals big lashes. That's my theory. The smaller the brush, you can get closer to the root of the lashes. You're such a pro, Liz. Look at that. That's great. Get the colour right at the root of the lashes, and then give the brush a little wiggle so that the brush gets in between the lashes and roll that colour out. And actually, a good technique to do is try to roll the brush away from you a little bit. Think about rolling the brush away from you. Okay. Yeah, look at that. And then what you want to do is just fan the lashes out. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, so like I say, actually you can see what I mean. I just don't think a smoky eye comes together until you put the mascara on. So be brave, hold your nerve, finish your smoky eye off and pop your mascara on, and you will find that everything just looks a little bit more balanced. That looks great. Now, I do tend to do mascara on the lower lashes when I'm doing a smoky eye. I would say this: if you have you have to be honest about, you know, your lashes, and if you are very sparse, which some of us are in the lower lash department, don't put mascara on the lower lashes. Okay. But if you have got a few lashes underneath there, nothing wrong with doing that. Don't dip your brush back into the mascara once you've finished doing your mascara.
There's enough.
Well, now the brush is a little bit drier. It's going to be perfect to just gently rub that in. Now, if you make a blotch here, and it does happen, even to us professionals, even if you get a blotch of mascara, wait for it to dry. If you drop some onto your skin, wait for it to dry. Carry on doing your makeup, wait for it to dry, and then just nick it off with a cotton bud. Don't go straight in with your finger, because you know.
Smudge it, yeah, and get a black mark.
Fine. That happened, yeah.
I love my eyes.
Oh well, we're getting lots and lots of compliments. Somebody asked me a question, but I missed it.
Is that mascara black? Yes, it is. And yes, of course, that there is a Liz Loves also being asked. 20% off. 20%.
Liz Loves, yeah.
Absolutely. We're going to have to wrap up, Rupert. But do I finish with my lippy? Because I love this.
Yes, absolutely. So, strong eyes, natural lip. Keep the balance, unless you want to look like the Robert Palmer video, Addicted to Love, which is a great look.
You're not going to get me into red lipstick.
Not today. Not today. Mint lipstick. It's a perfect Liz colour. It's a pinky nude. It's nice and fresh. You can add a lip liner underneath if you want to define your lips. But I like to just get the gloss on like that. A couple of people are asking about brow products. If we had time, of course, we'd do brow products. But I would say with a smoky eye, take it easy on the brows. You don't want a strong brow and a strong smoky eye. So just give them a brush through with something like Brow Shape. Look at that, Liz. Look amazing.
Thank you.
Ready to go
All
out?
I need now is somewhere to go.
Exactly.
Rupert, you're a genius. Thank you so much. We love you so much. And I'm so going to be having this look all through the festive season. I'll do a quick recap when we finished, but the Alibi is genius, the primer, the pencils.
And again, just a big thank you to you and your community. You know, we love you guys here at Delilah. So thanks for giving me a chance to come back on again. Honestly, it's lovely to see you, Liz.
It's so nice to see you. Bless you. Have a very, very Merry Christmas if we don't.
Yeah, you too. You too.
Thanks, darling.
I'm going to jump off. Thanks. Bye guys.
Bye. Bye. Yeah, the blusher, in case you missed it, was that amazing little, where have I popped it? The little sheer tube. I think I might have dropped it. But yeah, really lovely, lovely, lovely. So recap and watch it. Oh, so good. I feel so much better. Gosh, makeup is such a boost, isn't it? A boost to the self-esteem. Right, just before I go, very quickly, you were loving Life Armor yesterday, the adaptogenic herbs. This is what I've just taken. In fact, I put it on my stories on Lizelle Me, the Super Me, the ashwagandha. It's going to see me through the whole month. I'm so excited about using it. And of course, when my head did hit the pillow last night, I did, of course, take my slumber drops with the Montmorency cherry to increase melatonin naturally and all of that. And that, of course, does come with 15% off with your Liz Loves. Now, because it is the 1st of December, we know what that means. Yes, it can only mean one thing. Advent calendars. This is my one from Solcombe Dairy, which I have been saving. And if you've got yours, I am just going to open this up here, because you can always just get one and catch up with the chocolates inside. These are their handmade, little chocolate truffles. Oh, it's good. Like a mulled wine truffle. Brilliant. So our friends at Solcombe Dairy have given us 10% discount on, 15%, sorry, 15%. Not only on their advent calendars, but this is a really lovely gift. Look at this, all plastic free, all handmade by this wonderful family, Chocolatier in Solcombe. Little library of chocolates. You've got your Christmas Spice Solcombe candle, and you've got your hot chocolate. This is milk chocolate orange hot chocolate. Oh, my youngest boy, he loves this. Might have to pop it in a stocking. If you like those chocolate orange chocolate balls, you know, this is like it in a mug. Wonderful. Love all the flavors too. You've got Christmas pudding chocolate, peppermint chocolate, dark chocolate, raspberry chocolate, orange chocolate. Look at that, really cute. Anyway, 15% off everything at Solcombe Dairy. So, but I know they always sell out very quickly, their hampers, so don't delay. That is it for today. I'm going to be back next Tuesday with something a bit different. We're going to be looking at hands. I haven't done that for a while, with the amazing Margaret Dabbs. Just love her things. And she has got fantastic care for the hands. Of course, there'll be a Liz Loves, but if your hands are showing the signs of winter, as mine certainly are, I can't wait to talk to her about that. Thank you so much for being with me. Thank you to Rupert and everybody at Delilah. We love your things. I love my face. Thank you. Or at least I love what you've done to it. And I look forward to seeing you back here next Tuesday. It's Friday tomorrow, which means there's a new podcast episode going live. My old friend, Dr. Hilary Jones. Yes, I grill him. So he is live. Well, he was live here, but he is alive and he's going to be on my podcast tomorrow. And it's a really good listen. So I hope you enjoy that. Don't forget that you can sign up for the free weekly newsletter as well, which will come to your inbox at around tea time on Friday, ready for the weekend. So enjoy that. Nikki, I'm not going to repeat your comment. Last chance to get tickets for my Christmas Carol concert. Also, it's almost a sellout. So if you want to come and join me and the team in person, next Wednesday at St Simon's Elotes, which is a lovely church in Chelsea, just off Sloane Square, then do please hop onto the website and grab your tickets before the last few go. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye.